Before GTA 6 hits, before Jason and Lucia hit the gas, shoot a cop, and ride into digital immortality, before the story of two fugitives torn between love and law became the obsession of millions, there was another trio, another set of names that defined a generation of gamers: Michael, Trevor, Franklin. But unlike Jason and Lucia's tale of desperate love, echoing Bonnie and Clyde, the story behind the three stars of GTA 5 was different, grimmer, sharper, closer to home. Because what if I told you these characters weren't just made up? What if the chaos, the heists, the betrayals, the longing for power and peace all came from somewhere real? In this story, we're not just revisiting GTA 5. We're pulling back the digital curtain to reveal the real stories of the men who built Los Santos, one crime at a time. Michael DeSanta wasn't born into money. He stole his future and then ran from it. We meet Michael lounging by the pool, his mansion looming in the background. To the world, he's made it. Retired, rich, relaxed. But you scratch that surface, and it all crumbles. Michael is a man in hiding, not just from the authorities, not just from his old partner Trevor, but from himself. In his former life as Michael Townley, he was a skilled bank robber, orchestrating heists with surgical precision. But after a double cross, a staged death, and a shady deal with the FIB, he vanished into a witness protection program, emerging in Vinewood Hills as a father, husband, and former criminal. This plotline is ripped straight from the life of Henry Hill, the mobster immortalized in Goodfellas. Henry Hill testified against his mob family, entered witness protection, and tried to live a normal life in suburban America. But like Michael, he couldn't outrun who he was: the thrill, the chaos, the addiction to power. Michael's marriage is a wreck. His kids are lost. He drinks, he smokes, and he talks to a therapist who charges him $1,500 an hour just to hear the same lies. He's not looking for peace. He's waiting for something to shake him awake again. And when Franklin walks into his life, he finds it. Franklin isn't your stereotypical gangbanger. He's got ambition, intelligence, vision, but he's trapped in a cycle, repossessing cars for shady businessmen, dodging bullets in South Los Santos, and watching friends die for nothing. Franklin is the modern face of the American dream. Promised everything, given nothing. He's inspired by the stories of real-life street entrepreneurs, like Freeway Rick Ross, who built a drug empire in the 1980s from the 88 streets of LA. Like Franklin, Ross wasn't just looking for cash. He wanted control, a future, a way out of the trap. But Franklin's brilliance lies in what he doesn't do. He doesn't want to sell drugs. He doesn't want to die for a block he doesn't own. He wants more. And when he meets Michael, it's like finding a door no one else could open. Michael becomes his mentor, teaching him the art of the high-stakes heist, the game beyond the streets. It's not just about pulling the trigger. It's about knowing when not to. Franklin learns the difference between a gangster and a professional. But in the end, he still has to choose: loyalty or survival, chaos or peace. He chooses to live. And in a city where so many stories end in blood, that choice makes him rare. And then there's Trevor. There's no easing into Trevor's world. No introduction, just a shotgun blast to the soul. Trevor Phillips is madness wrapped in muscle. A man who doesn't pretend to be civilized. He's the voice you try to silence at night. The dark side of the American dream. But Trevor wasn't born evil. He was broken into it. A former military pilot, a survivor of childhood abuse, a drifter bouncing between meth labs and border towns. His behavior is wild, yes, but it's not random. It's rooted in real-life figures like Charles Bronson, the British, prisoner known for extreme violence, but also poetry, drawings, and emotional outbursts. Like Bronson, Trevor is a paradox. One minute, he's stomping a man's skull. The next, he's tender with Wade or loyal to Michael, so loyal it hurts. Trevor isn't a villain. He's a tragedy. He built Trevor Phillips Enterprises not just to get rich, but to matter. To carve out a kingdom where he wasn't ignored or used or thrown away. When Michael faked his death, Trevor didn't just lose a partner. He lost the only person who understood him. Their reunion years later is one of the most emotionally raw moments in gaming history. Not because it's dramatic, but because it feels real. Betrayal, forgiveness, rage, love. All in one bloody, broken handshake. Trevor isn't who we want to be, but maybe he's who we fear we already are. Los Santos isn't just a map, it's a character. From the Vinewood sign to the lowrider-filled alleys of Strawberry, every street is saturated with meaning, satire, commentary. It's not just Los Angeles, it's America, filtered through a cynical, hilarious, and often heartbreaking lens. The media is fake. The police are corrupt. The elite are vapid. The poor are disposable. In this chaos, our trio doesn't just survive. They thrive. They steal, scheme, hustle. But they also search for purpose, for connection, for something real. It's why Michael clings to his family despite everything. Why Franklin walks away when the bodies start to pile up. Why Trevor never lets go of Michael, no matter how much he pretends to hate him. At the end of GTA 5, the player makes a choice. Kill Trevor, kill Michael, or risk it all and take down their enemies together. The golden ending, where all three live, isn't just wish fulfillment. It's a statement that maybe, just maybe, even the most broken men can find peace. That brotherhood can survive betrayal. That the American dream, however twisted, can still offer redemption. But that's in the game. In real life, Henry Hill died in 2012, a man haunted by his past. Freeway. Rick Ross was released after years behind bars. Charles Bronson is still locked up, fighting his demons with ink and screams. Their stories don't end in sunsets. They end in courts, cells, and silence. And that's what makes GTA 5 so brilliant, so unforgettable. It gives us the endings we never got. It lets us believe, if only for a moment, that crime pays, that loyalty wins, that maybe, just maybe, the bad guys can ride into the sunset without getting shot in the back. As the world gears up for GTA 6, as we watch Jason and Lucia flee cops across Vice City, lovers and outlaws bound by desperation, it's worth remembering. We've been here before. We've ridden with ghosts. We've laughed with maniacs. We've watched a hustler become a king. Michael, Trevor, Franklin, they weren't just characters. They were cautionary tales. Mirrors. Legends. They taught us that behind every explosion is a reason. Behind every heist, a hope. Behind every bullet, a choice. And now, as we prepare to meet Jason and Lucia, to chase a new dream, a new danger, we carry the past with us. Because in the world of Grand Theft Auto, every new legend stands on the ashes of the old.